drugs affecting uterine motility. The objectives of lectures are: what are the effects of drug on the uterus? Enumerate drugs that cause myometrial contractions, their mechanism of actions and side effect of them, and enumerate the drug that cause myometrial relaxation with their mechanism of actions and their side effects. Myometrial, myometrium. You should know the term myometrium. The myometrium is a middle layer of the uterine wall. The myometrium is the anatomically middle layer of the uterine wall, consisting mainly of uterine smooth muscle cells, and its main functions is to induce uterine contractions. So it is called myometrium. Myometrium mainly consists of the smooth muscle cells, and if there is a smooth muscle cells, we know that for the contraction and relaxation, calcium is an important intracellular ion. Calcium. So the contractions happens with the calcium. So most of the mechanism of actions, we will see that the role of calcium is importance in terms of the contractions. The first objective is the effect of drugs on the uterus. We will see that drugs may cause myometrial contractions, or the drug may cause myometrial relaxation. These are the two effects of the drug. Either they will contract or either they will relax. We will discuss in today's lecture where we need the uterus contraction and where we need the uterus relaxations. So let us see first the drugs that causes myometrial contractions, or we can say uterine smooth muscles contractions. Which are these drugs? The most widely and the main drug if for the myometrial contractions is oxytocin. And oxytocin, as you studied, it is an the posterior pituitary hormone. Posterior pituitary hormone, natural hormone available in our body, which is called oxytocin. And this oxytocin is also termed as oxytocic agent. And what is the oxytocic agents? The agents or the drugs or the medications which causes myometrial contraction, you can say uterine contractions. So oxytocin is the drug that causes myometrial uterine contractions. Next, we have ergot alkaloids. Alkaloids, this is the natural one, ergot alkaloids. And the examples are include ergometrin, and another name of ergometrin is ergonovin. So ergometrin is also termed as ergonovin, and methyl ergometrin is also termed as methyl ergonovin. So what is the difference between? There is only in second one, there is a addition of methyl group to the ergometrin, or we can say addition of methyl group to ergonovin. So ergonovin or methyl ergonovin, these are the from the ergot alkaloids, and these are the from the synthesized naturally. And the last one is prostaglandins. There are three derivatives of prostaglandins: prostaglandins E2, prostaglandins F2 alpha, and prostaglandins E1. The prostaglandins E2 are termed as dinoprostone, and it is widely used. Dinoprostone. Prostaglandins F2 alpha, dinoprost, and prostaglandins E1, gameprost. But dinoprostone is used in the medical practice. So these are the drugs, these are the mainstay where they can be used. Myometrial contractions where should be indicated in clinical practice. So you should know now the drugs which causes the myometrial contractions are oxytocin, ergometrin, and prostaglandins. These are the three main drugs: oxytocin, ergometrin, and prostaglandins. Now, what are their indication? Where they are used? Therapeutic uses. Generally, these therapeutic uses are used for the labor induction. Oxytocin, labor induction. Labor induction when the pregnancy term is full. Pregnancy term is full up to the limit, and to induce a labor, the oxytocin injections are given to the pregnant women for the delivery of the baby. So oxytocin causes uterine contraction, and this uterine contraction is the baby delivered easily. Generally, oxytocin is indicated for the complete term of the pregnancy. If the pregnancy term is complete or beyond the limit and waiting for the delivery, oxytocin is used. So what is the use of oxytocin? For the labor induction. Second most important use is to prevent the postpartum hemorrhage, PPH. PPH is the uh, complications, and we can say most of the morbidity responsible for the death of women's is postpartum hemorrhage. After the delivery, bleeding. Postpartum hemorrhage. After the delivery, bleeding. It is called postpartum hemorrhage. To control this bleeding, the oxytocin is also used, and it is considered as drug of choice. It is considered as drug of choice because it causes the vasoconstriction. Due to vasoconstriction property, the oxytocin is used to prevent, to control the postpartum hemorrhage. And another drug that is methyl ergonovin. or we can say methyl ergometrine is also used to for the postpartum hemorrhage, to prevent, to control the bleeding after delivery, after the labor. After the labor, there is a bleeding, to control the bleeding, and this bleeding will be life threatening. Most of the morbidity in the women's due to PPH, postpartum hemorrhage. Plus, this oxytocin is also used in incomplete abortion or miscarriage. When there is a miscarriage before the term, there is a miscarriage, and after miscarriage, some parts or tissue or blood clot still present in the uterus. To clean the uterus, to remove the available tissues, the parts, bloods, and clots, oxytocin is used. So it is indicated also in incomplete abortion, which will causes the contraction of the uterus. And due to contraction of uterus, the consultant physician will clean the uterus, the remaining part of the tissues, blood, and the things available after miscarriage in the uterus. So these are the three main importance indications of the drugs which causes contraction of uterus. First one is a labor induction. In the full term pregnancy, waiting for the delivery, it will causes the contraction of the uterus, is the delivery, to prevent the bleeding after labor, postpartum hemorrhage, and in incomplete abortion, to clean the uterus about the remaining tissues and blood clots. As per the objective mechanism of action of oxytocin, how it acts, how it causes the uterus contraction. It activates oxytocin receptor, increases in intracellular calcium levels in uterine myofibrils, which results in uterine contractions. Now, calcium is very important for contractions. Calcium ion is responsible for the contractions of the uterine smooth muscle. So what causes the oxytocin? Oxytocin activates the oxytocin receptor, and after activation of the oxytocin receptor, there is an increase in intracellular calcium level, and this intracellular calcium level results into the uterine contractions. Furthermore, this oxytocin is also responsible for increase in local prostaglandin production, and this prostaglandins is also responsible for the uterine contractions. What are the side effects of oxytocin? It may lead to the fatal distress. If the dose is higher, rupture of the uterus and the cervix, hypotension and tachycardia in the women, convulsion and the coma, fetal hypoxia, and arrhythmias. These are the common adverse effect of oxytocin. So that's why the dose is very important, the calculation of the dose, and plus sensitivity to the individuals matters in the deciding the dose of oxytocin. So it also causes the adverse effect to fetus. The fetal distress and fetal hypoxia are the common adverse effect of oxytocin. Second drug, ergometrin, ergonovin. It causes the stimulation of alpha adrenergic and serotonin receptor, and this alpha adrenergic receptor is responsible for the contractions of the uterus. Ergonovin directly stimulates the uterine muscle to increase the force and frequency of contractions because it acts via alpha adrenergic receptors. This alpha adrenergic receptor directly causes the uterine smooth muscle contractions. What are the common adverse effects are reported? Allergic reaction to the skin, hallucinations, CNS effect, and the shortness of the breath, respiratory effects are reported. What is the mechanism of action of methyl ergonovin, which is added methyl derivative? Same, it also produces the vasoconstriction to increase the strength, duration, and frequency of uterine contraction, and which in turn prevents the uterine blood flow. Yes. Now, please take a note. It's very important. For the induction of labor, there is only oxytocin. For the induction of labor, there is only use of oxytocin, and ergometrin and methyl ergonovin. These are used. These are used to prevent the PPH, postpartum hemorrhage, the bleeding after the delivery. So that's why they, how they act, they causes the vasoconstriction. How they cause vasoconstrictions? Via alpha adrenergic receptor, and we know that the alpha adrenergic receptor is responsible for the vasoconstrictions. And the secondary effect is uterine contraction, but the primary or dominant effect of the methyl ergonovin and ergonovin is vasoconstrictions, which will prevent the uterine blood flow. What are the side effects of methyl ergonovin? Hypertension, paresthesia, abnormal sensation of the skin, heart disease, ventricular fibrillation, ventricular tachycardia, angina pectoris, and AV block. So these ergot-alkaloid derivatives of ergonovin and methyl ergonovin should be contraindicated in the women's who has previous cardiovascular disease history. Third one is prostaglandins. It causes an increase in free calcium level in the myofibril and result in uterine contraction. So the mechanism of the oxytocin and prostaglandins near about same because both act via calcium. The most widely used drug is dinoprostone. Mechanism of action: stimulates the uterine contractions similar to those observed during labor. Where it is used, prostaglandins, what is the indication? It is used for cervical dilation, opening of the cervix, the entrance of the uterus during the childbirth, miscarriage, or induced abortion, or in the gynecological surgeries, the prostaglandins are used. And this common terminology is called cervical dilation. How it act? Prostaglandins, dinoprostone by calcium. Increase the free calcium level in the myofibrils, result in uterine contractions. And it causes the stimulation of uterine contractions similar to those observed during labor, like natural. And it is used for the dilation of the cervix, opening of the cervix, the entrance of the uterus during the childbirth, miscarriage, induced abortion, or gynecological surgeries. It is also, prostaglandins is also indicated for pregnancy termination. 10, 11. Yes. Prostaglandins is also used for the termination of the pregnancy, to induce the abortion in the special cases which is approved legally. It should be approved legally before termination of the pregnancy. What are the side effects of the prostaglandins? Fever, GI upset, gastrointestinal upset, abnormal uterine contractions, warm feeling in the vagina, and back pain are the common observed adverse effect after the use of prostaglandins, dinoprostone. So these are the three categories of drugs we discussed for the myometrial contractions. I will revise again which are the drugs that causes myometrial contractions. The posterior pituitary hormone, oxytocin, ergot-alkaloid, ergometrine or ergonovin, and methylergometrine or methylergonovin. And from the prostaglandins, the most commonly used is prostaglandins E2, that is dinoprostone. When it is used for the induction of labor, oxytocin, only oxytocin. To control the PPH, postpartum hemorrhage, oxytocin, which is a drug of choice, and methylergonovin. As methylergonovin, we discussed, it act via alpha 1 adrenergic receptor and causes vasoconstrictions and prevents the postpartum hemorrhage. And for the incomplete abortion, miscarriage, we can use oxytocin plus here prostaglandins also. So what is the difference between the mechanism? Generally, oxytocin and the prostaglandins act via intracellular calcium, and only ergotamine is act via alpha adrenergic stimulation. So this is about the myometrial contractions. Let us see about the drugs that causes myometrial relaxation. Now, this relaxation is opposite to the contraction, and these medications are also termed as tocolytics. These medications are also termed as tocolytics. Drugs that causes myometrial relaxations, tocolytics. Which are these drugs? Adrenergic antagonist, ritodrine and terbutaline, but it is not in use, not available in clinical practice due to adverse effect, discontinued due to side effect, ritodrine and terbutaline. So which is used? The most commonly used uterine relaxant is oxytocin antagonist, and the name of drug is atosiban. Yes, it is very important for your exam point of view, MCQ. Oxytocin antagonist, atosiban. Now we just discussed the drugs which causes activates the oxytocin receptor is the drugs which activates the oxytocin receptor is oxytocin, and the drugs which blocks the oxytocin receptor is atosiban. Now we discuss that these most of the drugs causes uterine contractions act via calcium activation. So here for relaxation we are using calcium channel blocker, because calcium is responsible for contractions. Block it may leads to relaxation, and the name of drug is nifedipine. You are familiar with the nifedipine, amlodipine, nifedipine. It is generally the calcium channel blocker and indicated, approved for the management of hypertension, nifedipine, and it is off label. Off label is used in the myometrial relaxation. Off label means not approved by the FDA for specific use. Miscellaneous magnesium sulfate and indomethacin. Magnesium sulfate is widely used as a primary tocolytic agent, primary. And indomethacin, as we know that indomethacin, it is the main category of indomethacin is non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Where these myometrial relaxants are used, these are used to prevent the preterm labor, to prevent the preterm labor, immature delivery, to prevent the seizures in pre-eclampsia, and for control of seizure in eclampsia. What is eclampsia? There is the high blood pressure and protein in the urine after 20 weeks of pregnancy may leads to pre-eclampsia and eclampsia, which may leads to the seizure and coma in the women's. If the blood pressure is higher and the protein in the urine after 20 weeks of the pregnancy It may cause preeclampsia and eclampsia. Generally, the seizures and the coma are the endpoint, and if it is not treated, the complication will be death for the ec- eclampsia. It is a major clinical condition in the pregnant women. So, myometrial relaxations are used to prevent the preterm labor and eclampsia because it causes the myometrial relaxation. What are the common adverse effects observed during these drugs? What are the maternal side effects? Side effect related to the women's cardiac arrest, blood vision, respiratory depression, and the adverse effect related to the fetus, hypocalcemia, calcium level is low, and it may leads to the skeletal abnormality, may leads to the respiratory depression. Let us see the first drug, atosiban, which is widely and commonly used. How it acts? Competitive antagonist of human oxytocin at receptor level. Yes. Now we know that oxytocin, it is an the endogenous hormone available in our body. When this oxytocin in the women is responsible for the uterus contraction, and if the uterus is contracted during pregnancy, preterm may leads to abortion. So that's why to relax the uterus, we need to block the oxytocin receptor. So if we block the oxytocin receptor, the endogenously produced oxytocin is not able to act on receptor and not able to contract the uterus. If uterus is not contracted, there is no preterm labor, no immature delivery, or we can say there is a no miscarriage, no abortion. So atosiban, it blocks the oxytocin receptor. So the endogenously produced oxytocin is not able to act on oxytocin receptor, which will not able to produce uterine contraction. And if there is no uterine contraction, no preterm labor, no abortion, no miscarriage. Indications where it is used: to delay the imminent preterm birth in pregnant adult women with gestational age from 24 until 33 completed weeks, because the most of the preterm birth is occurs from 24 to 33 completed weeks. What are the adverse effects of this atosiban? What happened? Just a minute. Next page. Yes, yes, yes. No, no. Yes, 4. This one. Adverse effect for atosiban is hyperglycemia. There may be the increase of the blood sugar level in the women. Nausea is most reported adverse effect for atosiban, nausea and vomiting, hypotension, tachycardia, headache, and dizziness. Nifedipine, which is calcium channel blocker, it is approved by the FDA for the management of the blood pressure. How it acts? It blocks the calcium channel, causes relaxation of myometrium. What are the adverse effects? Yes, hypotension. If the dose is high, hypotension. Peripheral edema. As we know that these calcium channel blockers drugs are responsible for the edema. Yes, headache and dizziness, but it is also used off label, not approved by the FDA, not approved by the FDA. So the most commonly drug here is atosiban for relaxation, but nifedipine, amlodipine, nifedipine, which is calcium channel blocker, and due to calcium channel blockage, it causes myometrial relaxation, and it is used as off label. Off label means not approved by the FDA for specific use.